Hello everybody, time for a quick little tutorial here, and I'm going to show you a little trick that I kind of worked up that's really helped me out with, or it's going to help me out immensely with my character animation stuff. Before I do that, there's a little quick announcement I have to make here. StarWars.com is doing their Fan Film Awards. Audience choice voting is now open, so if you click on that, it's StarWars.com. You click on that, and then there's two different awards. I've got films in two different categories. I got long video and short video. So the long video is the Kessel Run, and I'm going to post the video when the competition is finished. I'll post it on the YouTube channel as well, and it'll be in higher resolution than it's on here. And then I'll go ahead and post tutorials, videos about making the making of the video. So go ahead and vote for that if you like it, and you can even share it with your friends and stuff. You can vote, I think, once a day. You can vote on multiple videos as well. So and then so that's the Kessel Run, and it's in a different place every time you visit. They pop around, they get randomized. So then the next one is under short video, and they mean short. They're 15 seconds was the maximum length. My video here is Grievous versus the Praetorian Guards. So General Grievous fights the Praetorian Guards in a very short and bloody lightsaber duel. So go ahead and vote on those if you get a chance. And I just love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Obviously, you guys know if you watch my channel how much I love Star Wars and fan films. So that would be awesome if I could win one of these. So, but back to this. This is a little character animation. I'm gonna say tip that I kind of figured out. I was watching a video and they said, let me go and string this back to the beginning. So this was an animation I did of Genji, and I think I've posted this in the past. So Genji does like an idle animation, then he kind of runs and does some ninja stuff. He's jumping from post to post, and then and of course you've got like the motion path tool, calculating motion paths. You can see it right here. That's obviously very good. Onion skinning, stuff like that. But I was watching this video, and I'll try to find it again and post a link to it. And it was by a professional animator, and he was saying that everything in animation is a bouncing ball. So everything about this character, the head, the torso, the arms, the pelvis and the legs and everything is a bouncing ball. And you guys would know if you've done any kind of animation, one of the first things you do is the bouncing ball. And once he said that, and he was doing some stuff where he motion tracked some scenes from Pixar movies, and he motion tracked like the head and the hands and stuff like that. Then that got me to thinking that if I parented some actual spheres, different colored spheres to the head, the hands, the torso, the hips, and everything, then I wouldn't, I'd be able to tell much more easily what's going on in my animation and see the different problems and see if the fundamentals of what I'm doing is correct. So that's what I did here. I just took some spheres and I parented them to these important parts of the armature, and I gave them all a different color, and I put them all in a different layer here. And there they are. And so you can see here when Genji... he's in a meditative pose, and then he kind of drops his arms. All right. And if I go ahead and look at that here, you see he's doing this. And then I didn't really notice it before, but his arms kind of drop like straight down. And it should kind of go more in an arc, either curve this way or curve that way. But not really straight down like this. You can really see it too. If you go click on the Object tab, calculate a motion path for it, you can see here pretty easily what the problem is. That it should be more like around here. Oops, since it's parented, it won't let me do it. But now this even just that one little thing setting up this demo for this tutorial here, I already saw that issue, and then you can get to tell what's going on with your animation just by watching the little bouncing balls and stuff like that. So you get to tell everything about, is the character moving correctly. Here's the part where he does his sword, where he unleashes his sword. He takes the sword out of the sheath. Oh, it got the sword kind of disappeared. I think there was a problem with the parenting or something. But you get the idea. when he does the swinging of the sword, if you go and just watch it with the balls here, what's nice here is that now I know, because you're just seeing the very, very most fundamental aspects of the character. You're not being distracted by all the rivets on him and the ribbon in the back and the swords on his back and everything and all the different parts of the model. You don't see any of that stuff that you need to see when you're actually animating the character. If you see it this way, all you're seeing is those fundamental aspects. And the nice thing about this, too, is that if you can tell what he's doing just with these little balls moving around, then you know that your animation is working pretty good. All right, so you can see here pretty clearly that he's got a strong pose here where you can see his arms are in different places and stuff, and that the swings are pretty pronounced. Then I would say I should probably have it like the head, the torso, the pelvis, they're all kind of lined up kind of straight here. They should probably kind of arc more like this, and that would give it more appeal and stuff. But you can start to see the issues much more clearly with your character when you do this, and it's really, really simple. Let's go ahead and set it up, just in case you want to know how the setup part of it's done. All you got to do is, I'm going to bring up the panel here, and you just create. Let's add one, and we didn't add one to the feet, so let's add one to the feet. So let's just add a sphere, UV sphere, and I'll make it 12 by 12, I guess. Oops, I wonder where I jumped forward. Okay, and then I'll scale it down a bit, and I make it smooth just because it's not as distracting. And then I'll give it a material and give it a different viewport color. Let's see, I'll get like a teal color. All right. And move it over near the foot here. So we're going to have to track this foot so we can get it to about the right size. Instead of just moving it back and forth, I'll just go ahead and select the bone and hit Shift S and say cursor to selected. So that snaps the cursor to the bone. Now we select the sphere and hit Shift S again and say selection to cursor. And now that snaps what's selected to the cursor. So now with the sphere still selected, Shift and right click to select the bone and hit Control P to parent, and make sure you select bone relative so that it doesn't fly away and do some kind of double transform thing or something. So now the sphere is tracking the foot too. So, and the last thing you gotta do is put it on its own layer. Everything I put here with the balls is on this layer here. So now I can see everything that's on that layer. All right, so everything there is together. And so you can see here, you can see exactly what's going on with that foot. It's just so much easier to read. And then again, like I said, go to the Object tab and calculate a motion path for it. And now you can really see, like here, again, this thing I did a while back and I was kind of rushed. I can't remember, I was doing it for some sort of video I wanted to present some kind of animation, and I kind of just whipped it out. You can see here, it doesn't make a lot of sense. This motion path doesn't look very good. And if you see stuff like this here, like up here, it's like kind of, the motion path is kind of flattened out. You know, it should be nice and smooth, and then it kind of goes like back and forth like this. So you want a nice smooth motion path. Anyway, it's so much easier to see this stuff now and read it and see what's going on and find out what the issues are. So I think this is going to be something I'll do on a very common basis from now on. I'll always do this method when I'm animating characters. This is just very, very helpful. And I hope it's helpful for you. And again, I hope that you guys get to vote on the Kessel Run and the other film I made. So good luck animating, and I'll talk to you later.